Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Ready as I'll ever be.
I hope all the listeners are ready and our viewers.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Coming to you live from the Good News Ministry studios here in the beautiful Springfield, Missouri. It's the Morning Drive with Matt and Jay. My name is Matt. My name is Jay.
We're glad to have everybody on board listening to us today.
Here on Axe Radio.
AxeRadio.com, that's right. Member of Axe Media Group.
Axe Media Group.
Yeah, because we're part of the group and we're media.
Yes.
Yeah, not medium, media.
Yeah.
I said there's probably a derivative of that.
I need to get their logo so I can put it up online. I tried to get a snapshot, but none of the places I found the logo were able to get a snapshot or whatever that is.
Oh, I don't know what that noise was. It just came through
I don't know what it was either.
Adobe Acrobat Reader.
Wonderful noise.
Oh, there's an update available. Woohoo!
Uh-oh.
I don't like when there's some. I don't know if anybody else out there has a problem with that when it updates at the wrong times.
Yes, it does sometimes.
You know, you go to turn on your computer, you got 10 minutes before a show, and it's like, oh, please wait, updating.
Yeah.
And that's how I hear it too. You want to get started with your show, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what the computer says to me.
Right.
I'm still half asleep. Sorry.
Me too.
Oh, man. So good morning, everybody, this beautiful Tuesday morning.
Good morning.
It ended up being a really beautiful day yesterday, too.
Yeah.
It was all cloudy and stuff.
Great.
Yeah. But I went horseback riding with Mom and Dad yesterday.
Was it cloudy when you started that?
It was cloudy when we started that, yes.
Was it sunny when you finished?
Yes, it was. It was very beautiful.
Very.
It was not too hot, not too cold, just right. And the horses, they were getting fat, so they needed a walk anyways.
Were they fat horses?
Yeah. Dad said the vet said the horses are all too fat.
Did he really?
Yeah, they're very well fed. And there was one, my mom's horse, like where the ribs, where you would normally see kind of ribs.
Right.
It was like fat instead of ribs in like little ribbed sections.
Right.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, rib sections of fat. But it was, he lost a little. You can see him lose weight just when you walk him for a few miles.
Really?
Yeah.
They tighten up, huh?
Yeah. Well, when you first saddle them up, they're what we call bloated or they blow themselves up.
Right.
I don't know why they do that. Maybe it's so that they can relax and it not be so tight on them.
Right.
But so you have to walk them around for a second and then retighten them.
Right.
So that because if they're walking, they have to let all that air out.
Right.
But it's funny.
Can you imagine a horse holding its breath?
Yeah. That's it was a great day though. I mean, it was out at Wilson's Creek.
Right.
And I was breaking in a new saddle and
How was the new saddle?
It's great.
Is it?
It was a little rough at first because it's I'm used to the gel seat.
Right.
So and this one doesn't have a gel seat.
Right.
And it was hitting me in places, rubbing like the pelvic bone up against a hard part on the saddle. And I guess it was just the way the leather was, and it kind of broke in before the day was over with.
Nice.
But I was thinking, I'm not going to be able to ride like this for very long.
Right.
But it ended up, the pain started going away. Of course, it's been a while since I've ridden.
Has it? How long?
Over a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I just have to you're looking at me like, no, it's been over a year.
Has it been over a year?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been over a year.
Oh.
I think I was... Who was I with?
I thought you went this summer.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I never did go this summer. I'm, because they got rid of my horse because she kept, bucking people off and stuff like that. Because she was kind of picky. And she was probably just ornery. So, but yeah, it's a good chance to, if you've never been to Wilson's Creek National Battlefield, I suggest you go.
Right.
You don't have to go on a hike, but a hike is a wonderful thing. There's lots of places to drive to where they got the old the rows of cannons and stuff. And
right.
When you're horseback riding through the trails or hiking through the trails, you go past these little these little cabins out in the middle, that you can tell that they are hundreds of years old.
Right.
In these cornfields and stuff like that. And deer, all kinds of deer. There was like herds of deer.
Really?
Running, they sit there and look at us like, hey, what's up? They know they must know they can't get shot out there.
What are they like again?
Like, hey, what's up?
Right.
Just, hello, deer. What was that? So good morning. Just remember, everybody, you can text us on the show at 417-597-4821. That number again is 417-597-4821.
Yes.
4821.
4821.
4821.
Right.
Right. This is the morning drive. Actually, if we were in Australia, it's the evening drive.
You can see the show in its video recorded form. If you go to YouTube, search ACTS Television Network. That's ACTS, all capitals.
ACTS.
Television with a capital T.
TELEVISION.
Network with a capital N.
NETWORK.
And right now, you click on the link that has it's like a blue square with 4 little blue squares inside of it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah. I think it's just the generic one that they give you
when
you open something.
Well, yeah, if you gotta upload a photo to that.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like snapping a photo of the logo and putting it up there,
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
So that's how you find us if you want to see the show. If you want to listen to a show that we haven't, that you didn't get to listen to live.
Yeah. So Jason, you hurt your back yesterday.
I have hurt my back a couple weeks ago.
Oh. And you're just now.
Or a week ago.
Was it a week ago?
Mm.
You made it worse yesterday. Yeah, you heard it whenever you were under the house, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the body wasn't meant to bend that way.
Yeah, actually it was.
Was it?
Yes, the body was made to do whatever you needed to.
Huh. I guess that's why it's designed as such.
Yeah.
To be able to bend backwards.
It's just that...
backwards and to the side at the same time. So
yeah, I'm hurting big time.
Well, that's not good. So everybody keep Jason's back in your prayers. We've seen a healing here on the morning drive just last week.
Yeah.
So God does answer prayers.
Yes, he does.
So we're calling out our prayer warriors this morning. Also, my sister-in-law, she needs prayer. Something about a lump somewhere. So, and her shoulder's hurting. And, well, probably a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah. We're not talking very much this morning.
No.
That's right.
Well, my back's messed up. I don't know. I guess God has a plan. It's His will, That's what it is.
Yeah, we've been talking about that.
Of course, when my back was good, I worked 16-hour days, 5-6 days a week.
Because you're hardcore.
I was. It was hard to smell the roses then.
Yeah.
And then I'd come home and work on my house, remodel the house in a few years.
You know what?
Tripled its value.
You might be a workaholic.
I might be. I'm hard to keep down, but man, when my back messes up,
you have no choice. Maybe that's God's
down.
way of keeping you, making you smell. Like I said, if God's telling you to stop and smell the roses and you don't stop and smell the roses, He'll make you trip and fall over a rose bush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was working like that, I don't know. I don't know that there was ever a time when I felt like the work made anything easier or better, really. Working that much.
Yeah.
You'd think that I'd have had a whole bunch of money and...
Yeah, but, I always drank away my money when I had extra money.
I did too, but you know what? Making that much money, I didn't work enough to drink it away. So,
really?
Yeah, I don't know. Just never stopped long enough to know, I guess. I don't know. Then I hurt my back and wow. Whew, things slowed down.
Yeah, that's a very dramatic slowdown.
Oh yeah, yeah. Life changes. That's hard. That's a hard transition to make.
I bet so.
From 16-hour days to in bed for a year. Your mind just messes with you.
Yeah,
you go crazy, really.
Yeah, because you're stuck alone with yourself, and
Anger,
your thoughts.
depression.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you can't just get up and fix everything that's needs fixed.
Yeah, and then you feel bad
if you
because
need money, you can't just work extra more hours.
And people that are helping take care of you, you feel bad about them having to take care of you.
Yeah, a lot of people are taking care of me.
And then, to me, I would feel like they were getting mad about having to take care of me.
Well, and the reason you work 16-hour days is because you got people to take care of.
Right. So all of a sudden, you're humbled and have to have other people take care of you.
I didn't take it that way then.
Your pride kind of made it.
I went insane, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that I think it's NASA has a study on the human body, 70 days in bed straight on the human body without getting up and doing anything. So of course, there's a psych evaluation.
What happens? You die?
No.
Oh, make you go crazy.
They study you. They find out the effects of no
it's
muscle
bad.
movement. Yeah. I mean, after 70
Well, I mean,
days,
I wasn't that. I was a year in bed, but I could get up and go to the bathroom. And,
And that was probably a long, tedious process.
It was painful.
Yeah.
Very painful.
Man, I can't imagine. I mean, the closest thing I can imagine to it would be when I had my hernia surgeries. And I don't know if people realize how much you use the core part of your body, the abdomen.
Yeah, your abdomen is very, you use it every time you move your waist.
Every time you move anything, it seems like you flex
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
well, you lift your leg.
I mean, you can't pass gas without using it. Or, I don't know why I went there with that, but
right.
You can't, everything I did hurt it.
Oh, yeah.
And
imagine. Well, they just cut holes in your stomach.
Whenever that got out, I was in recovery. When you're in recovery, I guess whenever the surgery goes on, they intubate you and put that thing down your throat to breathe for you.
Right.
And that causes a fluid buildup in your lungs. So when you come to, you want to cough. And what's the most worked muscle in your body when you cough? Your abdomen.
Yes.
Oh,
Abdominal wall.
Yeah, and they give you a pillow to hold on your stomach. And you're still like, that's not helping. I was so afraid to cough. When I'd cough, I'd be like,
yeah, but if you don't, you get pneumonia.
Yeah.
Then you can die.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Dying's bad.
Dying's bad. Well,
and people say that all the, I say it depends on your perspective.
Yes.
Someone will say, how you doing today? Well, I'm on this side of the grass, so doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I was like, I tell them, I said, that depends on your perspective.
Yeah.
And that opens up the door for conversation, to be able to ask them where they believe that they go whenever they die. You believe you just go on the ground and you just cease to exist?
Right.
Do you believe that there is a better place out there than here?
Yeah. How are we supposed to feel about life, We're supposed to hang on to it, or are we supposed to let it go?
Well, it says that
wonder.
A man who loves his life on this earth will lose it.
Well, yeah.
A man who hates his life, a man who what was it? How is that worded? A man who loves his life on this world will lose it. A man who hates his life on this earth will live eternally, or something to that extent.
Huh.
I got to look it up. I
think it has a context too.
Yeah, there is a context, but it's talking about we're only passing through.
Yeah.
Our life here on this planet, on this earth. He's talking about loving the praise of man more than the praise of God.
Right.
So a man who loves his life will lose it. Forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways,
I just was, and I was a little entertained by the way you said passing through.
Yeah, we are just passing through.
We need to play that back for you.
Why? Because I'm like passing through.
Yeah.
And your eyes get real wide.
Well, because I get excited about it.
Yeah.
You know, we aren't
It is
just passing
exciting.
through. We are sojourners. We are strangers in this land.
Mm-hmm.
Our time on this planet may seem like a long time, may seem like a lifetime. But you know what? What is one lifetime of a man compared to eternity? But a drop in the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Gas in the wind.
Right.
You know, just gone. I don't know what's wrong with me today.
That that gas in the wind, that you use your abdominal wall.
All we are is gas in the wind.
That's horrible. That's horrible.
Bodily functions.
Yes.
Some are more embarrassing than others.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Some are more fun to talk about than others.
Yeah, and some of them are not looked on as funny at all.
No.
But men think they're hilarious.
Yes.
And some women, I've met some women that think that's funny.
You've met some women?
Yeah, well, gas is not, I mean, it's a natural part of life. You know, you have to expel it. Otherwise, you know, you'll get a buildup and it'll really, it could do some damage if you try to hold it in.
You burp, won't you?
Yeah, well, sometimes. That's a smart one that took the elevator. I can't believe you just did that on the air.
Just sharing.
Just sharing.
Just sharing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's... Okay, so today we're going to be reading in the book of John.
Moving on.
Moving right along before we get into any other inappropriate conversation. And it's not really inappropriate. It's a bodily function, and you know, people do it.
Practice was awesome last night.
It was.
Yeah, it was loud.
It was very loud.
Like
very
it loud. Don't like having open mics so much with loud music. I need to have another way of doing things. But
yeah, no, it kind of makes you want to put headphones on everybody.
Yeah.
You know, even yourself.
Mm.
So someone would walk in and all they would hear is just a bunch of hard to hear guitar strings.
Yeah.
And a
drums.
Drum set.
They wouldn't hear that.
And we're all sitting here just jamming out, you know, banging our heads.
Yeah.
Or nodding our heads to the music.
Right.
We've done that before whenever we've done recording.
Oh, yeah.
We've done a live recording. Now, see, we're getting good enough that I bet you our next live album is going to be awesome.
It's going to be relearning how to do it all, though.
Yeah. But that's all right.
I think we can do it, though.
Well, it's like riding a bike.
Well, we also have some things, you know, that'll make it easier as far as the direct boxes.
As opposed to the
chords,
indirect boxes?
New chords.
Is there such thing as an indirect box?
I don't think so.
It's just fun to say. The opposite of something.
Yeah.
You know, indirect box.
Right.
Meaning it kind of, it almost gets there, then it deflects at the last moment.
Yeah, and with a big word.
Yeah.
Right. Making a big word bigger.
Yeah. Monstrous. Making it monstrous.
Monstrous.
Making a small word. I'm trying to think of a bigger word for big.
Monstrous.
Enormous.
Enormous.
Changing the enormity of a word.
Right.
Is that even a word? Did I even use that right?
Enormity, yes.
Oh, wow.
It is
I'm
a
proud
word.
of myself. Yay.
I don't think it was always a word.
Well, if it wasn't, it is now.
I think somebody just wanted. Well, isn't that a a suffix?
A suffix?
A suffix makes it bigger.
It might be a dangling participle.
Suffix that has a purpose to.
Do we know what a
further defined?
That was the
word.
funniest grammatical term
I don't know.
when I was a kid.
I'm not an English person, major.
Dangling participle.
Yes.
Okay.
Is your
Now
part-
you know we
is your
giggled a lot
participle
about
dangling.
You know my grown brother Scott laughed more about that than anybody, and he still to this day laughs when he talks about dangling participles.
What are they?
Well, we need to Google it because it is it's a grammatical term.
What does grammatical mean?
Grammar,
Oh,
meaning like apostrophes. And
thank you for defining that word for us, Matt.
You're mean, Jay. Jay's making fun of me, everybody. This is not. Well, my brain, I had it at the top of my head, and then you asked me, and it's like,
Okay,
it's like,
that was funny though.
I can't.
I'm sorry for laughing.
That's all right. Grammatical means
I was laughing with you.
Using good grammar. Grammar being the punctuations and
Right.
the proper nouns, pronouns, proverbs. Wait a minute.
You're sounding funnier every time, every moment you say
I don't always say something dumb, but when I do, I say more to make it worse. Stay thirsty, my friends. Oh, man. 417-597-4821. That's how you can reach us on the show. Matt and Jay, morningdrive@gmail.com. Give us your funny grammatical stories. Jason, your face is all red.
I know. I'm trying to contain myself.
You're starting to blend into the pink background there.
Am I?
Yeah. I think that's your camouflage. Your face hurting now?
No, I'm okay.
With my grammatical funniness this morning?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm going to Google it and find out what dangling participle is. Because I can.
Yes.
So, what is a dangling participle? Hey, yeah, wow, that's right up there. Dangling participle is a participle intended to modify a noun that is not actually present in the text. So, I need an example here. It's not.
It's a what?
It is. It's a grammar. It is a participle intended to modify a noun that is not actually present in the text.
What?
Yeah. Boy, howdy. That is. All right. Adjectives ending in ing and sometimes ed or ed, ed, are called participles and must be used with care. What is a dangling participle? English grammar revolution.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, I got to figure this out because this is why I was in LD English.
Right.
Are you going somewhere?
Oh, no.
Oh.
This is why I was in the park.
Like the water tastes delicious. The filtered water tastes delicious. So filtered would be the dangling participle. Yeah, the word. Yeah, it says participles are a type of verbal. That means that they are formed from verbs, but they don't act as verbs. Participles act as adjectives. Adjectives.
That clears it up.
I said, let's check out some examples.
In a complex way.
It says, the water tastes delicious. The dangling participle would be the filtered water tastes delicious. I mean, it'll be okay. It would be, the sentence would be just fine without it.
Right, meaning the water's better.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
The filtered water. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the shooting star. Could be look at the star. Shooting is the dangling participle. Like, look at Jay's stupid
the star's
face.
Dangling?
Sorry, that was
Ouch.
me. That was me.
Ouch, Matthew, that
Stupid
really
would
hurt.
be a dangling participle.
Right. Was that passive aggression?
No. What is passive aggression?
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's look that up.
People snoring in the night bother me. Snoring in the night is a dangling participle, which means the sentence would be okay without the snoring in the night.
Oh, so that's why he snores, because your participle is dangling.
I don't snore because my what?
You snore because your participle is dangling.
A dangling participle? Where is this conversation going today? So, yeah, you learned some grammar lesson today.
So your participles dangle and it makes you snore.
Yeah, no.
They have a surgery for that.
Yeah, it's
Participle dedanglement.
They trim your they trim your epiglottis.
I'm gonna have a participle dedanglement.
And the participle dedanglement.
Yes. I don't snore anymore because I had a participle dedanglement.
Most people snore due to an enlarged epiglottis.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, an epiglottis is that little flap that keeps you from breathing in water and swallowing air.
Yes.
But you can swallow air and it makes you burp.
So. Where do we get this? Hey, wait a second.
Yeah, what? Feel better today?
So what does the dedanglement do to it?
It cuts the participle out of the sentence altogether. But the dangling participle does not change the sentence. You could take the dangling participle out and the sentence would still mean pretty much the same thing. You know, like the filtered water tastes great,
yes.
or the water tastes great.
Right.
The sentence is fine with or without the participle.
Yeah.
That's why it's dangling, meaning, oh, you almost got it. You got to be quicker than that.
Yeah.
So congratulations to the Kansas City Royals,
Boo.
I guess. Oh, man, I hope nobody from church is listening. You know, everybody is a Royals fan out there.
Boo.
Uh-oh. They're lining up outside the doors there. I can hear them with
all right. It's locked.
With their pitch torches and their pitchforks.
Pitchforks.
And their torches.
Yes.
Pitch torches?
Pitch torches. Those are torches that you throw.
Yeah.
And they dangle.
Yeah.
Participally.
That's not going away anytime soon, is it?
No.
Oh, man. A grammatical
Where
conversation.
did it start from? How do we get there?
I have no idea. I don't pay any attention to what we're saying. So we're going to be in the book of John.
You said something that cracked me up, though. You said something that cracked me up.
Well, I tried. You asked what the definition of dangling participle was. Grammatical. And I was like, now this is going right on Axe Television Network tonight, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know if I'll get to it today. I should be getting to it, but
you don't know.
It might dangle a little bit, like a participle.
It's participle.
Participle. Yeah. Participle. It may dangle like a participle.
Got you.
For a little while.
Yeah, well, you're breathing awfully heavy there.
I'm in pain. I'm hurting. Ouch.
Do you? Well, we're gonna.
Thank you for making me laugh, though. That was fun.
It was good. Good laughter is good. It's good for the heart, soul, mind, body.
I caught you off guard.
Yes, you did, and I'm like,
and I thought it was endearing. That's what we're gonna call it.
Endearing. Is that what you're? Yeah, endearing participles.
Yes.
Is that going to be the title of the video?
We should pick topics we know nothing about all the time.
Yeah.
It'll all make sense in a minute.
Yes. Yeah.
Just give us a minute.
Yeah, we'll look it up and talk about it. So yeah, give us stuff that we have no idea what we're talking about to talk about.
Yeah, apparently.
And then
anything to do with school.
Anything to do with school.
Yeah.
Mathematics.
Unless it has to do with principles. We know a lot about principles.
Yeah.
The kind that suspend you.
Yeah.
Not the kind like that.
Well, the principal from my high school actually.
There we go.
He got arrested for shoplifting.
What?
Yeah. And he had his doctorate in education.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention his name, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and they were very well off. Like they made good money. The whole family did.
Well, no wonder they never had to spend anything. They was always stealing stuff.
Right. So,
or it may have been like a kleptomania.
Could be. That is a thing. That is a for sure thing.
Somebody's compelled, whatever that is.
Compelled, is that a dangling participle?
I think it is.
People are compelled to steal.
Yes.
And we know.
I can't even talk this morning.
That's all right.
Like, I don't even know.
I can't either, apparently.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good. I can usually speak well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the dogs are barking out there now.
I don't hear them.
They're indicating to us that...
somebody's here?
No, that we need to go to musical break.
Is it a musical break time?
Yes, already.
Oh.
Can you believe that?
Yes.
I think Lori's listening too, by the way.
Good morning, Lori.
So,
boo Royals.
Hey, you better she's gonna beat us up when we go to church on Sunday.
They're not the only team in the NFL, so what?
Did you really just say NFL?
Yeah, I was trying to be funny. The NHL is what I meant to say.
It's not hockey either.
Oh.
It's baseball.
Right. It's not I won't say that.
It's not a what?
Real sport.
Oh my goodness.
Ouch.
Ooh. What was that?
Good morning, everybody. This is the morning crash. It has suddenly turned into the morning crash.
Oh my goodness.
No, we love Lori and the Royals.
You do not love the Royals.
The Royals hockey team.
Oh my goodness. What is going on the show this morning? This is all slapstick stuff.
Really? I know. Huh?
It's funny though. It's good to laugh.
I'm in pain. I can't focus. I'm going to blame that.
Yeah, we'll blame it on that. So we're going to take ourselves a quick musical break, and then we'll come back and we'll get into the book of John, chapter 20.
John chapter 20.
20, 21.
21.
We're around in there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure it out. So
22.
So stay right there. Stick with us. We'll be right back. This is The Morning Drive.
Yes.
Does that have anything to do with the vast deference? You ready? Welcome back to The Morning Drive with Matt and Jay.
Good morning.
My name is Matt.
My name is Jay.
We were talking about participle danglement.
Yes.
That's taking out the dangling participle out of a sentence.
Yes. So you don't snore anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the vast deference clipped.
Yes. Right. I had something for that, but I just...
That's actually an actual physical procedure that when, it's a comparison to women having their tubes tied. So only in men.
What?
Yeah. But we won't get into that. That's a long drawn out complicated, you know.
Right.
So we're going to be reading out of the book of John
Yeah,
today.
let's not go there because I could have a lot of funny stuff to say about that.
Yeah. One of these days I'll talk about the, watching my son being born.
Right.
It was the doctor had a lazy eye, so
Oh no.
because whenever he was doing the because she pushed for 2.5 hours, she ended up having to have a C-section.
Right.
Well, the doctor, since he had a lazy eye while he was doing surgery, had to wear an eye patch.
Right.
So I'm like, are you doing it? Are you cutting her open? Arr.
Did you really do that?
Yeah, I did. I was nervous.
The doctor must not have liked that at all.
No, the doctor didn't. Well, he didn't dislike me.
Right.
But I'm the type that, I have a hard time taking things seriously sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this. This is probably a shocker for you guys
yeah.
Out there.
Floored.
And there's a lot of funny things that happened while I was watching my son being born.
Mm-hmm.
Her mother, she likes to come prepared.
Right.
So she brought bags upon bags of like munchy stuff, like baby carrots and ranch dressing to dip it in, and potato chips, every loud food you could possibly imagine.
No.
And so she wanted her mom to stay in there with her, and I was like, okay, I've been up for 22 hours. I'm going to go catch a nap in the waiting room. And I lay down on the couch. It's a comfortable couch, too.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to sleep. Like 20 minutes later, her mom wakes me up and says, she wants you in there with her. And I'm like, okay. So I get up and I go in there. And she was talking about her mom sitting there in the pitch black, eating every loud food you can possibly imagine. She's trying to sleep, and you hear crunching on baby carrots and then potato chips. And she said she thinks she was done. She'd hear a bag rattle, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, she's got chips instead of the carrots. So it's
Right.
like, quiet. And then I mean, the doctor came in and saw that stuff. He did a double take to all the stuff that was on the table and was like, "Oh, look like y'all are going on a camping trip."
Right.
Pretty funny times.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of humor that goes on in hospitals during childbirth sometimes.
Sometimes.
I'll have to tell you the story about the her bladder being full when they cut her open.
Right.
And how somebody didn't put the catheter in properly.
Right.
And the anesthesiologist guy was crawling under the table.
Oh, no.
And he comes out, "I need a flashlight. I need a flashlight." Then the nurse went running out of the room. "I need a flashlight. I need a flashlight." Comes back in with the little medical mag light.
Right.
He puts it in his mouth and crawls back under the table. And I said, "What are you doing?" Looked like you're going under the sink to work on the plumbing or something. He goes, no, everything's fine. Everything's fine. But it's just, you would have had to have been there. It was hilarious.
Right.
Because then all the people are all the family is standing outside and the nurse comes running out of the OR.
I need a flashlight.
We need a flashlight. We need a flashlight. And everybody's like, what? What? Is everything okay? I mean, it's just good times. Good fun times.
Yeah.
It was one of the most amazing yet most disgusting things I've ever seen in my entire life.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you have 3 children.
Yeah, I was there for all their births.
Yeah, and it's interesting. It's a miracle. It is something that I will never be upset that I saw.
Right.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's amazing.
It is. It is amazing.
Now, I was pretty serious for mine, though.
Were you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, my family.
Right.
We're all kind of goofballs.
Yeah.
I mean,
her family had a good sense of humor, most of them anyway. So.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like was whenever he, all right, so he's born,
mm-hmm.
and of course, his mom just completely, she was so wore out from pushing for 2.5 hours, and then having surgery, and then all the different medicines they were giving her in the anesthesia, and she passed out pretty much. She looked at me and she smiled, and then she, I was holding the boy,
mm-hmm.
and she smiled, and then she passed out. And I got to cut the umbilical cord and all that stuff. Well, recut it because they had cut it too long.
Oh.
Do you want to go ahead and trim this up? And then they just cut it right there.
I cut one too,
and
I did not want to cut another one. One is enough for me.
Yeah, it's got a weird feel to it.
I bet those scissors are sharp too.
Yeah.
But that umbilical cord is like,
yeah, it's durable.
Oh, it's like I'm here for the duration.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm trying to, I was trying to remember where I was going with that.
Right.
But it was an amazing.
With what? Did you hear something?
No.
Oh, okay.
I hear the heater coming on.
Yeah.
So yeah, childbirth is amazing. Long story short.
Mm-hmm. Miracle of God.
So
Bible reading.
Bible reading time. Need to have like a song queued up for that, like a little sound bit.
Yeah.
That's like Bible.
Yeah.
And have like a 4-part harmony.
Yeah.
Bible.
You could do all the parts too.
I could. We could do that.
We could produce that.
Yeah, probably today.
Yeah, we could. Probably not today. I have to work.
No, not today. Plus, I got to get some sleep for 21, actually. Chapter 21.
John chapter 21.
Yes. Because at this point, Jesus has appeared to everybody at this point, even doubting Thomas. And he gave Thomas what Thomas said he needed to believe.
Yeah.
And then Thomas probably felt bad after that.
I imagine.
I should believe in my Lord, All right, Jesus and the miraculous catch of fish. All right, so apparently there was a miraculous catch of fish after Jesus came back.
Right.
Afterward, Jesus appeared again to his disciples by the Sea of Tiberias. It happened this way. Simon Peter, Thomas, called Didymus, Nathanael from Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and the two disciples were together, and two other disciples were together. I'm going out to fish, Simon Peter told them. And they said, we'll go with you. So they went out and got into the boat, but that night they caught nothing. Have you ever caught nothing when you went to go fish?
Once or twice.
Early in the morning, Jesus stood on the shore, but the disciples did not realize that it was Jesus. Mm-hmm. He called out to them, friends, haven't you any fish? No, they answered. Sorry, I'm doing.
Cast your net on the other side of the boat.
Yeah. He said, throw your net on the right side of the boat, and you will find some. And they did, and they were unable to haul the net because of the large number of fish. He said, oh, yeah, we already said that. Then the disciple whom Jesus loved said to Peter, it is the Lord. As soon as Simon Peter heard him say, it is the Lord, he wrapped his outer garment around him, for he had taken it off, and jumped into the water. The other disciples followed in the boat, towing the net full of fish, for they were not far from shore, about 100 yards. When they landed, they saw a fire of burning coals, and there with a fish on it, and some bread. And Jesus said to them, bring some of the fish you have just caught. Simon Peter climbed aboard and dragged the net ashore. It was full of large fish, 153. But even with so many in the net, the net was not torn. And Jesus said to them, come and have breakfast. None of the disciples dared ask him, who are you? They knew it was the Lord. Jesus came and took the bread and gave it to them, and did the same with the fish. This was now the third time Jesus appeared to his disciples after he was raised from the dead. So we got to rely on Jesus to let us know where to cast our nets.
Yes, to catch the fish.
To catch the fish. There's a lot of symbolism there.
Yeah.
Fish being men.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and women, of course.
Right, of course.
Yeah. So, if you're casting a net yourself, you're not going to catch any fish. Mm. But if you let Jesus tell you, let Jesus lead you, you'll catch plenty of fish.
Right.
I think that's pretty neat. Jesus reinstates Peter. When he had finished eating, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of John, do you truly love me more than these? Yes, Lord, he said. You know that I love you. Jesus said, feed my lambs. Again, Jesus said, Simon, son of John, do you truly love me? He answered, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. And Jesus said, take care of my sheep. And the third time he said to him, Simon, son of John, do you love me? Peter was hurt because Jesus asked him a third time, do you love me? And he said, Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you. Jesus said, feed my sheep. I tell you the truth. When you were younger and you dressed yourself and went where you wanted, but when you were old, you will stretch out your hands and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go. Now, what's really funny about this is, Peter was hurt that Jesus asked him a third time. Now, if you remember correctly, Peter denied Christ 3 times.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure at that moment, Peter realized, oh, okay, all right, I see, because I denied you 3 times, and you asked me if I loved you 3 times. So pretty much kind of zeroed out the clock there.
Repenting.
Yes. And in the actual scriptures, he tells a different type of love each time, because there's more than one type of love. And agape is the one that he finally says, I agape, love you, meaning unconditional love. That there's, no, you don't love somebody because they give you something. Which is a problem with today's society, is nobody agape loves anybody anymore. Full-fledged, we do. Like you and I love one another in that way.
Right.
It's unconditional love, wholehearted love.
We're not capable of it except through God.
Right. Yep. Truer words have not been spoken, sir. So yeah. So he basically asked Peter the 3 times he denied him. Jesus asked him 3 times, "Do you love me?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really love me?"
Right.
"Yes, I love you." "Well, then feed my lambs." "Oh, do you love me?" "What? Yes, I do. I love you. You know this." "Well, feed my sheep."
Right.
"Do you love me?" "Oh, you know all things. You know that I love you." Asked the 3rd time, and then he's probably like, "Oh, okay, so that's how that feels."
Right.
All right, so another thing that says, when you get older, someone else will dress you and lead you to where you do not want to go. And Jesus said this to indicate the kind of death by which Peter would glorify God. Then he said to him, "Follow me." Peter turned and saw that the disciple whom Jesus loved was following them. This was the one who had leaned back against Jesus at the supper and had said, "Lord, who is going to betray you?" When Peter saw him, he asked, "Lord, what about him?" Jesus answered, "If you want him to remain alive until I return, what is that to you? You must follow me." Because of this, the rumor spread among the brothers that this disciple would not die. John. John was the one that he stayed alive longer than all the other disciples, didn't he? But Jesus did not say that he would not die. He only said, "If you want him to remain alive until I return, what is that to you?" This is the disciple who testifies to these things and who wrote them down. We know that the testimony is true. Jesus did many other things as well. If every one of them were written down, I suppose that even the whole world would not have room for the books that would be written. So he just said this is John, that disciple's John, if you think about it.
Because of the one that leaned in.
Yeah, well, the one that leaned in, and then he also said, if you want him to remain alive, this is the disciple who testifies to these things and who wrote them down.
Oh.
We do not know what that is we know that his testimony is true. Jesus did many, I like that. Jesus did many other things as well. If every one of them were written down, I suppose that even the whole world would not have room for the books that they would be written in. So that's the end of that. That's
the end of John.
The end of John. We finally got to the end of it. So, and we've got 7 minutes before we get started. We'll wait until tomorrow to get started on something else. So, Jesus came back, told them where to cast their fish, or cast their nets to catch fish.
Yeah.
And he's telling us, and he leads the fish to us.
Yeah.
And it's our responsibility to know what Jesus wants, what side of the boat we need to throw our nets on.
We need to listen.
Yeah. And so we did have that question, who the disciple that Jesus loved was John.
And not deny him.
And because, I can't imagine how Peter was feeling when he heard that rooster crow.
I imagine, yeah.
And then he was immediately reminded whenever Jesus said, "Before the rooster crows this day, you will deny me 3 times."
Yeah.
And then when he came back, he's like, he made him proclaim his love for him 3 times. Indicating that Jesus remembered, hey, I remember you denied me.
Yeah. He knew he would.
Yeah, he did. He knew a long time before.
He'd seen it.
Yeah. So repentance is another. That's one of the takeaways from today's lesson.
Yeah.
Repentance, repentance, and trust in Jesus.
Yeah. Then he'll lift you up.
Yes, he will. He will, and he'll guide you in the right direction.
Yeah.
So, what a fun show today.
Yeah.
That's been kind of one of our more crazy shows.
Yeah, it was fun.
Asking me to explain what grammatical means.
So, in case you missed that part, grammatical means That is what it means to be grammatical.
Sorry, I'm just reading a text somebody sent.
So have you checked the
Email?
417-597-4821?
Yeah, that's our texting number,
Yes.
417-597-4821. Yeah, Lori, who's listening, she's a loyal listener, and she listens a lot.
Right.
And she also goes to church with us. Said, made me laugh with an exclamation point. Love you guys. So thank you, Lori.
Love you too, Lori.
We really do appreciate you. And we appreciate all our listeners. You guys are amazing. So what was it? I have an idea for a quiz. Let's see, I'm trying to think of how it went. What's the longest chapter in the Bible?
The longest chapter?
Yes.
Don't know.
And then I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. My uncle told me this yesterday. It's the longest chapter. What's the shortest chapter? And what's the shortest verse? So, something like that. I'll have to ask him.
Right.
I'm sorry. What's the longest chapter, the middle, and what's the shortest chapter?
The middle.
Yeah.
Which
and
means half of the longest?
Half of the Bible. Like the middle part of the Bible.
Oh, okay.
So, and if you know the answer to it, give us a text at 417-597-4821. And, if you get it right, we might be able to get you a T-shirt.
All you have to do is Google it. Yes, free T-shirt.
Don't tell people what they can do.
I think everybody knows that. You can Google everything.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Could you imagine if they had a lifeline on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, Google.
Yeah, I'd like to use my lifeline. I'd like to call Google, please.
Yeah. Ouch.
Just watching that one where the guy won the million. He's like, he had his lifelines all intact up until the last question, the $1 million question.
Right.
And he was like, I'd like to call my dad.
Right.
Got his dad on the phone, and Regis Philbin was like, he needs your help to get it.
Right.
So whenever his voice starts, he'll have 30 seconds. And then he said, hey, Dad. It's like, oh, hey, son. He waited a few seconds. He goes, I really don't need your help. I just wanted to call and let you know that I'm about to win $1 million.
Right.
And then he let the clock burn down. And he told him the answer, and it was right. And he won $1 million. It was pretty funny. $1 million would be great.
Which would be translated by taxes would be 500,000.
Yeah. Half.
Yes.
Don't get me started on tax.
Oh.
Taxation without representation. Well, we have representation. It's
that's just before you even receive it. It's half. Then it's 8% everything you buy.
Yeah. It's craziness.
Yeah.
I don't see how we have a national deficit.
Yeah.
Gross misuse of government
terrible.
Funding.
Yes.
So yay! We're not going to get started on that because that is a definite soapbox issue. It's just about time. We got about a minute and a half left before we start signing her down. Just remember, look to Jesus for where you need to cast your nets.
Yes.
And trust that he's going to bring you lots and lots of fish.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended the book of John. And we might do some final talks about it tomorrow. Kind of go over the whole entire book, just kind of in a, what do you call that? Paraphrasing form or a summary? A summary. That works.
Summary.
So, yeah. I'm all out of stuff to say.
Are you?
Yes.
Well.
Who would have thought?
Let's talk about grammar.
Grammar? Gramma?
That's going to be your Greek name.
Grammar?
Grammatriki. Grammaticles.
Grammaticles. Just call me Grammatthew. Or Grammat.
Grammaticles. I think I like that better.
Grammaticles.
Piersonicus.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my Greek name. And yours is Jasonius Copernicus. All good times
good
here.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the morning drive. We appreciate you listening. We love you. Spread the gospel. Share your faith.
Be sure and text us at 417-597-4821. The number again is 417-597-4821. You can also email us at mattandjaymorningdrive@gmail.com. And check everything out at axmediagroup.com. And check us out on Facebook at also Good News Ministries at Facebook.
Yes.
So we'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Same time, same channel. God bless you. We love you. This has been The Morning Drive.
The Morning Drive.